Imagine a place where sunlight fades into eternal twilight, where the pressure could crush you in seconds, where more life thrives than in all the world's tropical rainforests combined. And yet, we don't know what lives there. Today, you'll discover the ocean's best-kept secret: creatures 1 to 3 meters long, powerful predators that devour tons of life every single night. Animals modern science has only just begun to detect. They're not myths. They're not legends. They're real. They're down there right now. And they could rewrite everything we think we know about Earth's food web. Welcome to the mesopelagic zone. Welcome to the realm of the hungry ghosts. To understand this mystery, you first need to know one of the strangest places on Earth. Between 200 and 1,000 meters beneath the ocean's surface lies a region oceanographers call the mesopelagic zone. Some know it as the Twilight Zone, and that name couldn't be more perfect. Here, sunlight seeps down like a dying whisper. It's not the absolute darkness of the abyss, but there's not enough light for photosynthesis. It's a perpetual limbo between light and shadow. Temperatures hover between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius, and the pressure increases with every meter you descend, reaching forces that would implode your lungs instantly. And yet, here's the astonishing part. This zone holds the greatest biomass of fish on the entire planet. Think about that. Not coral reefs, not bustling coastal shallows. This dark, seemingly hostile realm contains more life than any other marine ecosystem we know. We're talking billions of tons of living organisms, and the vast majority have no name. For decades, scientists have used acoustic technology to map this zone. There's something called the Deep Scattering Layer, or DSL. It's a massive sonar signature caused by countless creatures reflecting sound waves. And this layer behaves almost like magic. Every night, it rises toward the surface. Every dawn, it sinks back into the depths. It's the largest migration on Earth. It happens every night. It involves more animals than all land migrations combined. And until recently, we had no idea what it was actually made of. Global acoustic studies have revealed patterns that are both fascinating and deeply troubling. The detected biomass is immense. But when scientists send down trawl nets or submersibles, they mostly catch lanternfish, small squids, krill, and crustaceans. Tiny or modest-sized organisms. And that raises the question keeping marine biologists awake at night. Who's eating all these animals? Every food chain needs balance. At the ocean's surface, we understand that balance. Phytoplankton feeds zooplankton, which feeds small fish, which feed larger fish, which feed apex predators like sharks and orcas. It's a system we've studied for over a century. But in the mesopelagic zone, the numbers don't add up. Ecological models have uncovered what scientists call trophic gaps. Imagine a puzzle missing crucial pieces. We know there's a massive biomass of small prey. We know it's being consumed at extraordinary rates. And we know the predators we've identified and catalogued simply can't account for all that consumption. There's a void, a blank space in our data. And that space has the shape of a predator. Based on biomass calculations and documented food webs, there must be a significant population of medium to large predators living permanently in the Twilight Zone. Animals roughly 1 to 3 meters long, specialized hunters evolved to dominate this environment. And we haven't seen them. How is it possible that animals this large remain invisible in the 21st century? The answer has several layers, and all of them are extraordinary. First, the mesopelagic ocean is brutally hard to study. Manned submersibles are expensive and limited. Trawl nets are blind. They sweep the water hoping to catch whatever's there. Many animals are fast or intelligent enough to avoid them. Remote cameras have a narrow field of view in near total darkness. Second, these depths are unimaginably vast. The mesopelagic zone covers roughly 90% of the global ocean. It's a volume of water so enormous it makes the Amazon rainforest look like a puddle. We've explored less than 5% of it. Some experts say it's under 1%. Third, deep-sea animals have perfected the art of invisibility. Nearly transparent gelatinous bodies. Bioluminescence that cancels out their silhouettes. Absolute black coloration that absorbs virtually all light. Slow, energy-efficient movements that create no detectable turbulence. They are evolutionary ghosts. But perhaps the most unsettling truth is this. Every time scientists develop new technology and look deeper, they find creatures that defy all expectations. The giant squid was considered myth until we filmed it in 2012. The Greenland shark, capable of living 400 years and growing up to 7 meters, was rarely seen until recent decades. The giant oarfish surfaces occasionally, yet we still know almost nothing about its behavior. And if animals that large can stay hidden, what else is down there? Based on these ecological gaps and principles of adaptive evolution, marine biologists have begun to speculate, using solid science, about what kinds of predators might inhabit the Twilight Zone. These aren't wild fantasies. They're hypotheses grounded in biology, physics, and ecology. Let me introduce you to the most plausible candidates. Profile 1. The Silent Hunter. A highly specialized bony fish related to viperfish or dragonfish, but of unprecedented size. Imagine a 2 to 3 meter long predator, eel-thin, with a hinged jaw that opens nearly 180 degrees. Translucent, needle-like teeth designed to snag bioluminescent prey. This hunter would be pitch black, absorbing 99.9% of any light that touches it, a trait already seen in smaller deep-sea fish. It would move with slow, precise undulations, creating almost no vibration. Its metabolism would be extremely efficient, allowing it to survive on infrequent meals, a crucial adaptation where food is scarce and unpredictable. Most fascinating? It might possess specialized photophores, bioluminescent organs arranged in patterns that mimic its prey. A mating signal from a lanternfish here, a distress flash from an injured squid there. It would be a master of luminous deception, luring victims into the dark. Why haven't we seen it? Its body might be so fragile that trawl nets destroy it completely. Its distribution could be so sparse that the odds of encountering one are astronomically low, and its behavior so evasive that it flees long before any light or vehicle approaches. Profile 2. The Phantom Squid. An entirely unknown medium-sized squid. Not as massive as the giant squid, but far more numerous and active. 1.5 to 2 meters long, with tentacles lined with sophisticated suckers and possibly chitinous hooks. This cephalopod might hunt in coordinated groups, rarely documented in squids, but ecologically advantageous. Packs of 5 to 15 individuals patrolling currents, communicating through pulses of bioluminescence and rapid skin color shifts. Its intelligence would rival that of octopuses, with a proportionally large brain and advanced nervous system. Its secret to invisibility? Selective transparency. Its body might be nearly crystal clear, except for internal organs, which would be sheathed in reflective tissue that scatters light in chaotic patterns. From any angle, it would be almost impossible to see without direct illumination. These squids would feed on migrating lanternfish and krill, but also hunt other cephalopods and larger fish. Their beaks would be disproportionately huge, capable of crushing bone and shell. And here's the chilling detail. Cephalopod beaks are nearly indestructible. When these animals die and sink, their beaks remain on the seafloor. Researchers have already found beaks that don't match any known species. Too large, oddly shaped, with wear patterns suggesting entirely different diets. Could these be evidence of the ghosts? Profile 3. The Twilight Shark. An elasmobranch, a true shark, perfectly adapted to the mesopelagic zone. Not an occasional visitor like great whites or makos, but a permanent resident. This shark would measure 1.5 to 2.5 meters long. Streamlined, but not built for speed. Energy is too precious here. Instead, it would be a patient ambush predator. Its coloration? Absolute black on top, slightly lighter below to counter the faint downwelling light. But here's its revolutionary trait. It might possess hyperdeveloped ampullae of Lorenzini, electroreceptors so sensitive they could detect a prey's heartbeat from 50 meters away, even in total darkness. It could also have a unique metabolic strategy, somewhere between cold and warm-blooded. This would let it slow its metabolism during lean times, then rapidly activate it when prey is near. Its hunting style? Vertical ambush. It would position itself beneath migrating schools of lanternfish at night, invisible against the deep blackness, and strike upward in explosive bursts. One bite, one kill. Minimal wasted energy. Why haven't we caught it? Sharks are famously cautious and intelligent. This predator would have evolved to detect anything foreign, nets, lights, submersibles, and simply vanish into the vastness before we ever get close. And then there's the most unsettling possibility of all, something completely outside our current categories. An evolutionary lineage that split off millions of years ago and developed a body plan unlike anything we've ever seen. It might be a chordate, part of our own phylum, but so modified it defies classification. Imagine a creature with fish-like traits blended with invertebrate features, or a predator that abandoned hunting altogether, evolving specialized filters to consume millions of tiny organisms at once. Evolution in extreme environments yields extraordinary results. Tube worms and hydrothermal vents live without mouths or guts, feeding on symbiotic bacteria. Deep-sea sea cucumbers look like they're from science fiction. If life can thrive beside underwater volcanoes or beneath Antarctic ice, what might evolve in the largest, least explored region of the ocean? This possibility leaves scientists both thrilled and humbled. It reminds us that after centuries of study, the ocean still guards fundamental secrets. Now, let's talk about the hard evidence, because this isn't just speculation. There's real data pointing to these ghost predators. Global acoustic surveys have been crucial. Multi-beam sonar now lets scientists create 3D maps of ocean life, and these maps reveal consistent anomalies. First, there are predation voids, zones where small prey density plummets at certain hours, yet no known predators are present in sufficient numbers to explain it. It's like watching livestock vanish from a ranch every night, but never finding the wolf. Second, stomach content analyses of known apex predators, marlins, large tunas, open ocean sharks, occasionally reveal unidentifiable remains. Muscle tissue with unusual chemistry, scales with microscopic structures that don't match any database. Tiny clues to something larger. Third, scientific trawls, though limited, have occasionally captured damaged juveniles or fragments that defy classification. A fish with traits from 3 different families. Cephalopod parts with oddly sized and arranged suckers. Fragmentary evidence, but evidence nonetheless. The technology is advancing fast, and with it, our hope. Next-generation remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, now carry ultra-low-light cameras that film using infrared or ambient bioluminescence without disturbing the environment, able to detect motion where the human eye sees only blackness. High-resolution sonar systems that don't just detect an object's presence, but also its texture, density, and movement, like upgrading from a blurry X-ray to a 4K MRI. Environmental DNA, or eDNA. Scientists collect seawater and analyze microscopic DNA fragments shed by all organisms: skin cells, mucus, waste. Recent mesopelagic water samples have revealed genetic sequences that don't match any known species. Ghost DNA from ghost animals. Artificial intelligence is also helping. Neural networks now scan millions of hours of deep-sea footage, spotting patterns, shapes, or behaviors the human eye would miss. New jellyfish and siphonophores have already been discovered this way. And perhaps most promising, permanent ocean observatories, subsea stations that stay in the mesopelagic zone for months or years, recording continuously, capturing natural behavior without the disruption of short-term expeditions. Major international efforts are underway. The Challenger Deep 2030 initiative aims to systematically explore the ocean's least known regions. The Ocean Sensors Project seeks to identify 100,000 new marine species in the next decade. And universities worldwide are deploying acoustic sensor networks across the global ocean. The data is coming, the patterns are emerging, and most experts agree it's only a matter of time before we confirm the existence of these ghost predators beyond doubt. But that moment could come tomorrow, or in 20 years. The ocean reveals its secrets on its own terms. So why does any of this matter? Why care about predators that might not even exist in a place humans will never visit? The answer is more important than you think. The mesopelagic zone isn't just a biological curiosity. It's a critical component of Earth's climate system. This twilight ocean stores massive amounts of carbon. The organisms living here, including our ghost predators, drive what scientists call the biological carbon pump. They capture organic carbon from the surface and transport it to the deep, where it's locked away for centuries. If we don't fully understand who lives here and how this ecosystem functions, we can't accurately predict how it will respond to climate change. We can't calculate how much carbon is being sequestered. We can't protect what we don't know. There's also the threat of commercial exploitation. Some fishing companies already view the mesopelagic zone as the final frontier for biomass extraction, imagining industrial fleets trawling millions of tons of lanternfish to turn into fish meal or oil. But if we do that before understanding the full ecosystem, before knowing which predators depend on these prey, how food webs are connected, or what's truly sustainable, we could collapse a system that's existed for millions of years. A system that, by the way, indirectly supports all the world's commercial fisheries. The tunas, marlins, and swordfish we catch at the surface dive deep to feed in the mesopelagic zone. The whales we admire plunge here to hunt squid. The sharks we strive to conserve follow their prey in vertical migrations. Everything is connected. And then there's simply wonder. The awe of knowing we share this planet with creatures we've never met. Predators that hunt in perpetual darkness, that have solved evolutionary challenges in ways we can barely imagine, that thrive in conditions that would kill us in minutes. There's something deeply humbling and thrilling about realizing that after centuries of exploration, after walking on the moon and sending probes beyond our solar system, fundamental mysteries still lie right here on Earth, just kilometers beneath the waves. These unknown mesopelagic predators remind us that Earth is still a planet of discovery, that science is an ongoing adventure, that every answer sparks new questions, and that perhaps, just perhaps, the most exciting thing isn't what we already know, but what we're about to find. One day, maybe soon, maybe in our lifetime, a submersible will descend into the twilight zone. The cameras will scan the blue-black void, and suddenly, gliding silently from the shadows, something will appear that makes scientists catch their breath. A 2-meter predator. Elegant, alien, perfectly adapted, real. And in that moment, the ecological gap will close, the puzzle will click into place, and we'll gain a new piece of life's grand mosaic. Until then, the ghosts of the Twilight Zone continue their endless hunt, invisible, relentless, waiting for the moment we finally find them. Or they find us. So, what do you think? Do you believe these ghost predators exist? Can you picture what they might look like? Let me know in the comments which hypothetical profile seemed most likely to you. The giant viperfish? The phantom squid? The Twilight shark? Or something entirely unexpected? And if you want to dive even deeper into ocean mysteries, literally, I've got a video ready on another mind-blowing deep-sea creature, the frilled shark. A living fossil with 300 teeth arranged in 25 rows. I'll leave a link in the corner. If this video blew your mind as much as researching it blew mine, a like helps more people discover these incredible secrets. And subscribe, because every week we explore real, speculative, and extinct creatures that defy imagination. Remember, 95% of the ocean remains unexplored. We don't know what's down there, but we're going to find out. See you in the depths.